Well, coming from a video background, it really was a great instrument. I used it my first time on the scuba diving trip in Catalina, California. It worked really great. It was neutrally balanced. It didn't sink. It didn't float to the surface. It worked really well, especially when you're turning in the water. You have the ability to really shift with your entire body. You're not necessarily having a camera in a hand and you're moving back and forth.
I think the price is the best thing about it. I think it applies to everyone, professional, amateur, soccer moms wanting to tape their daughters or sons' soccer games. I think it could apply to anyone, and they aren't limited to who can afford it and who can't.
It was something that the average person could use. It wasn't something that required a lot of training. You just grab it with two hands, fit great, and it doesn't weigh anything. It's so light.
It is a very light product, so it doesn't matter the size of your camera, whether it's small or big. You're able to control it the same. I think it's an excellent price. I think it just provides something that's not out in the market right now currently for its price point.
I was excited because I did come from a background of video production and the affordability of the device versus other solutions in the market that I just don't have the need for and can't afford. It's something that I went out, I used it, I shot some great video, share with the family for years to come.
And, we've looked around to see what other options we have, but they're so expensive that we can't afford them. They're thousands of dollars. And so we just kept doing what we've been doing with what we had, thinking there was no other option out there.
You're absorbing all the motion with your arms. You have the camera floating. It's not something where you're absorbing the movement of the camera through your legs and everything else. It's free floating in the air versus when you're holding a camera with one hand, you really are jarring the camera up and down. Your muscles are more tense versus a floating action, so it was really nice video. There's nothing to it. You just use it. You mount the camera and it works. Setup time. If you got time to make 5 turns of a quarter 20 on the bottom of the mounting bracket, that's all it takes. Under a minute. It's there's nothing to it. There's no buttons, no triggers, none of that stuff. You just bolt it right on and in you go. It flies going down the slope at 15, 20 mile an hour. It flies underwater. I used it around my house a little bit prior to the trip, and with 2 different cameras, 2 different types of cameras, and makes a very considerable difference in the video quality.